Chef without his muscles, Bridget with braids. Today, I'm gonna show you all Total Drama original designs. Let's start with Ezekiel. My boy had a different haircut, different clothes, and a different facial structure. His pants pretty much remained the same though. Now when I looked closer, this design kinda reminded me of Francis from the Fairly Odd Parents. Oh, glad they got rid of the unibrow. Eva changed a lot from her original design. She kinda looked a bit like Heather, don't you think? Justin. Bro wasn't gonna charm anybody with that goofy face or that yee-ass haircut. Dawn. She actually replaced a character named Zoey, but not our Zoey, this Zoey, who has a pretty interesting design. Unfortunately, this design was totally scrapped afterwards. Zoey. She wore different clothes, had facial structure, and spiked black hair. Now, earlier I told you that there was initially another character that was supposed to be named Zoey. So you may wonder, there were two Zoeys? No, because our Zoe's original name was actually Molly. Katie and Sadie. They used to look very similar, but why did I choose to talk about them together? Just pay attention to this. In their final designs, they wear matching clothes that were inspired by Katie's original top and Sadie's original jeans. Although their designs were eventually changed, the old ones were still used a lot through the series. Scott. By looking at the green tank top and the military necklace, we can assume that Scott was originally meant to be an army cadet. He also had this beard, which was kinda cool. Ella. Her eyes and lip color were different. It also seems like her dress design was slightly changed. Besides these, we got nothing new. Cody. He went from a dude who looks like he's 30 to an actual teen. Like many others, this original design was reused as an intern through season 1 and 2. But here's something that many people don't know. This was also Duncan's original design at one point. And Maria. Pretty similar. The creators only changed her skin tone, her top, and her jeans' color. Tyler. He actually had two original designs prior to the final one. This is the first one. Seem familiar? Well, he is now one of the most popular interns from Total Drama, Billy. Now, the second design was actually used in the trailer of Camp TV, which is the beta version of Total Drama Island. Beardo. First of all, bro looks like he was stoned in this image. But besides that, his face, hair, and pants are slightly different. Plus, he used to wear golden rings and an earring. Gwen. As you can see, her hair, her eyes, and her clothes were totally different. Basically, she wasn't goth. Now, putting aside her physical change, personally, I think it's even more interesting that she used to have a crush on Jeff, and she hated Trent. And if those things aren't weird enough, her original name was Heather. Beth. In the original design, her eyes and glasses actually seem similar to Harold's, but this flower is pretty familiar, isn't it? It resembles a lot with the flower from the Scooby-Doo van. Cameron. Now, his original design looked a lot like Jay from Redonkulous Race, yet his clothes remained pretty much the same. Lindsay. The creators removed the polka dots from her hairband, changed her sandals, and I get why they changed this little detail. However, her personality is actually the thing that changed a lot, because in the original show, she was supposed to be the villain. Chef Hatchet. He looked more pissed off than usual, and less funny. But why'd they change this design? My bet is that they stumbled upon a picture of Chef Rush and were like, yup, that's a guy. Let's have something like this. Tofa. Bro had the exact same design, only with different colored clothes. I guess he wasn't that obsessed with Chris back then. Harold. He really didn't change much from his old design. One interesting detail that people might miss is that on his t-shirt, it says Middle-earth Rocks. That's a reference to the Lord of the Rings. Sean. In his original design, Sean had slightly longer hair, a slightly reddish vest, and no pockets to his pants. Stacy. This is one of the least realistic body shapes they had in the show. It seems like her hairstyle and clothes were different as well. DJ. Bro was an entirely different person. His original design was also reused as an intern. Yet after that, something happened with this design. It was actually reused one more time as a base for creating B from Total Drama Revenge of the Island. Sugar. The first thing you notice is that creepy smile. Besides this, the only visible change is the belt. LeShawna. She had 3 original designs before Total Drama Island. The first one looked like this, which to me seems like a combination between her and her cousin LeShawna. The second one looked like this, which resembles her cousin even more. And the third one was this. It appeared in the Camp TV's trailer and is only a little different from the one we got in the show. Brick. His clothes were different, especially the shorter pants. I don't think he was a cadet back then. He didn't have his iconic military necklace. Dakota. Now I want you to look at her original design and tell me, who does she remind you of? She looks like a combination between Dakota and Zoey. Dave. His design didn't change that much, but boy, those colors just don't go well together. So Dave could have actually been worse. Bridget. Except for her sandals and the hoodie, her entire design is different. I like the braids though. I think that her original design gives a more surfer girl vibe than the one we get in the show. Also, fun fact, her wide eyes and freckles were apparently reused for Courtney. Lightning. The big differences between his designs consist in the colors of his t-shirt and pants. Also, he didn't have his iconic lightning necklace. Shabam! Plus, if you ask me, he seems to have smaller muscles. Jasmine. Her lips used to have a lighter tone and her hat was somehow bent. Owen. He had a different haircut, and he used to wear a tank top with the words "Keg Me." But I guess the producers from Cartoon Network didn't want to encourage teenagers to drink. Rodney. The color of his vest was changed. Also, if you look closely, you will see that the eyebrows were changed from orange to black. Sam. The only big difference is this neck beard. Not gonna lie, in this design, he looks like a Discord moderator. Trent. By looking at his old shirt, you can see the word Smiths. That's actually the name of a rock band from the 80s, so for copyright reasons, they had to remove it and add the hand design we all know. Scarlett. Her hair was brighter and her eyes looked really bright. They look like she's suffering from cataracts. Her clothes' color was also slightly changed. Joe. She looks exactly the same. Only differences are the colors. Leonard. His fake beard seems to be more straight and the colors are different. Amy and Sammy. Their original designs are basically the same. The only differences are the color of their cheerleader uniforms and their hair color, which used to be a brighter yellow. Sky. Now the only difference is her earrings, which went from purple to orangish red. Mike. Now at first look, it seems like Mike was a totally different person, yet his hair, clothes, and face structure were pretty much the same. Now his original design actually resembles the character Jimmy Two Shoes, who, by coincidence or not, has the same voice actor as Mike.
I just hope my condition doesn't ruin everything for me again.
It's just full of the kind of stuff we do with you.
Only way better!
If you want to see more Total Drama voice actors in other shows, I know the perfect video.